Dear students, today I would like to take a class on a poem of Robert Frost. You all know that Robert Frost is one of the leading American poets of English literature, and Robert Frost is believed to be the most popular American poet. And Robert Frost is also a poet of nature. Unlike Wordsworth, Robert Frost was much modern in comparison to the Romantic poets. And Robert Frost believed in his modern thought regarding nature. He believed that nature is definitely very much beautiful, but the duty towards life is more important, and therefore a person must have to carry out his duties and responsibilities. Though the nature seems to be very much attractive or beautiful, but it is not possible for anyone to be in the midst of nature for a long time, forgetting his duties towards life. But today I would like to discuss the poem The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. The Road Not Taken is considered to be one of the most popular poems of Robert Frost. And this poem was published in 1916. And from the title, it may be clear to us that the poet has not taken one road, and that is why the title of this poem is The Road Not Taken. In fact, in this poem, the poet had talked about two roads in a jungle. The poet was in the midst of a jungle, and he had to take one of the two roads that had gone, into the jungle. But two roads seem to be very much similar, and that is why it was really a matter of puzzle for the poet to undertake one road. And after thinking for a long time, he had taken the road which was less traveled by, and it was a different escape that Robert Frost had undertaken here. And actually, this selection of one road from the two roads is very much allegorical, very much symbolic. In fact, the poet is talking about the options in life. In life, there are two options in most of the cases, and a person will have to take one option from the two. And sometimes it may be very much puzzling, very much difficult, but it is necessary for everyone to go towards life, selecting one of the two ways. And Robert Frost, as he is only one traveler, it is not possible for him to undertake both roads, and definitely he has to take one. And here the poet is talking about the options in life in that way. And the poet may also be talking about the choice of the profession. The poet has undertaken taken the profession of the poet, which is also very much different. In many cases, it is not very much customary during that time to take the profession of being a poet. That is also another significant factor here. And another important thing is that in life, a person may have to follow the wrong way sometimes, and only few people may follow the right way. That may also be another one which is also underlying here in the poem. So now come to the text of the poem. Come to the poem line by line. Then we will be clear more, and it will be clear to all of you the contents of the poem. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. So here, from these two lines, we will find that the poet was in the beginning to undertake a journey into the forest, and the two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And the poet was very much sorry because it was not possible for the poet to undertake two roads at the same time. সুতরাং কবি এখানে বলছেন যে দুইটি রাস্তা একটি জঙ্গলের মধ্যে, হলুদ একটি জঙ্গলে বা বর্ণিল একটি জঙ্গলের মধ্যে দুটি রোড দুদিকে বেঁকে গেছে, এবং কবি খুবই দুঃখিত যে তিনি একই সাথে দুটি পথ অনুসরণ করতে পারছেন না। And be one traveler, it is not possible as he was only one traveler, and one traveler cannot take two ways. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it went, in the undergrowth. And the poet was standing there for a long time, and he was trying to look into the roads, but it was not very much clear for the poet to see to the distant place, because the roads were blazed with undergrowth, blazed with boughs, blazed with different trees, and that is why the poet could not see to the distant place. But the poet was attempting to look towards the distant location of the road to have the idea for his better selection. Then took the other as just as fair. After looking into the jungle, looking into the roads, the poet has taken the second one, which is also fair. যে দুটি রাস্তার দিকেই তিনি তাকালেন, প্রথম রাস্তার দিকে তাকানোর পরে পরবর্তীতে তিনি আবার পরের রাস্তাটার দিকে তাকালেন, এবং দুটি রাস্তাতেই নিকুঞ্জ বা মানে বনবৃক্ষরাজিত ছাওয়া। তারপরে তিনি ভাবলেন যে দ্বিতীয় পথটিকে তিনি অনুসরণ করবেন, and having found the better claim because it was grassy and wanted one, it seems to the poet that it is better. তিনি ভাবলেন যে এটা হয়তো বেটার হবে, এবং এখানে খুব ঘাসযুক্ত ভূমি এবং এই পথে মানুষ খুব একটা চলেনি। though as for the passing there has owned them really about the same, যদিও এই পথে চলাটা অন্য পথে যেরকম চলা যেরকমটা যেমন হবে, এই পথে চলাটাও ঠিক একই রকমই হওয়ার কথা, এরকম তিনি মনে করতে লাগলেন। and both that morning equally lay in leaves, no step had trodden black. Both that morning equally lay in leaves. Both the roads in that morning were equally full of leaves. দুটি রাস্তা তিনি একই রকম প্রমাণ করার জন্য, একটু পার্থক্য থাকলেও মূলত একই রকম, মানে বাহ্যিক দৃষ্টিতে সেটি প্রমাণ করার জন্য তিনি বলেন যে ওই দিন সকালবেলা দুটি রাস্তাতেই কিন্তু প্রচুর পরিমাণে পাতা পড়ে আছে। no step had trodden black, এবং কোনো পদচিহ্ন সেখানে দেখা যাচ্ছে না। So I kept the first for another day, and the poet was the first person to be the traveler for this day into this jungle, and yet knowing how way leads onto the way. And the poet, as he was the first traveler in that particular morning, the poet was in his skepticism that how these roads will lead to another way. এই রাস্তাটা আদৌ তাকে অন্য কোনো রাস্তা নিয়ে যাবে কিনা। I doubted if I should come back, মানে এই রাস্তাটা তাকে আদৌ অন্য কোনো রাস্তার দিকে নিয়ে যাবে কিনা সেটিও তিনি সন্দেহ পোষণ করছেন। আবার তিনি এটিও সন্দেহ পোষণ করছেন যে এই জঙ্গলে তিনি যে এই রাস্তাটিকে অনুসরণ করার পরে আর ফিরে আসতে পারবেন কিনা। তো দুটি মানে দিকেই তিনি একটু সন্দেহের মধ্যে পড়ে গেলেন যে আদৌ তিনি এই রাস্তা অনুসরণ করে কোনো নতুন রাস্তা যেতে পারবেন কিনা, অথবা তিনি আবার তার আগের জায়গায় ফিরে আসতে পারবেন কিনা। I shall be telling this with sigh somewhere ages. And the poet was telling that with a sigh after the passing of many years in future, অনেক বছর পরে হয়তো কবে হয়তো আবার এরকম একটি সিচুয়েশনের কথা ভাববেন, এবং তিনি ভাববেন যে এরকম একটি সময় তাকে একটি পথ অনুসরণ করতে হয়েছিল। সেটি এই মুহূর্তে এক প্রেজেন্ট তিনি ভাবছেন না, তিনি ভাবছেন যে বহু বছর পরে হয়তো তাকে এরকমটা ভাবতে হবে একটা দীর্ঘশ্বাস সহকারে, যে এমন একটি সিচুয়েশন, এমন একটা পরিস্থিতি আমাকে পড়তে হয়েছিল যখন আমি দুটি রাস্তার মধ্যে একটি রাস্তাকে আমাকে বেছে নিতে হয়েছিল। Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And after long many years, the poet may be thinking about the selection of his of these two roads, and then he will think that he had taken that road which was less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. এবং সেই অনেক বছর পরে তিনি হয়তো ভাববেন যে তিনি সেই রাস্তাটিকে অনুসরণ করেছেন, যে রাস্তাটি আসলে অনেকদিন পরে তিনি ভাববেন যে সেই রাস্তাটি, যে রাস্তাটি অনুসরণ করেছেন যেখানে খুব বেশি মানুষের পায়ের চিহ্ন দেখা যায়নি, এবং যেখানে খুব অল্প কিছু মানুষ পথ চলেছে। এবং এটি একটি পার্থক্য, এবং এটি পার্থক্য এই কারণে বলা হয়েছে যে আসলে সাধারণত মানুষ যে পথে বেশি মানুষ যায় সেই পথ থেকে অনুসরণ করে। It is very much common tendency to ask that we are very much interested to follow that particular way which is considered to be traveled more by the people, but here the poet is taking that road which is less traveled by, and that is the difference which the poet was talking about it. সুতরাং এখানে আমরা এভাবেই এই কবিতাটাকে বিশ্লেষণ করতে পারি, এবং এই কবির একটি নিজস্ব অভিব্যক্তি। It's a narrative poem, and in this narrative poem the poet has talked about the choices of the two roads, choices of his decision from the options. Thanks to all of you for your patient hearing.